Mon nom est Béatrice Gallagher-Rafoul. Bonjour mesdames et messieurs et invités distingués. C'est avec beaucoup de plaisir que je vous souhaite le bienvenue à cet événement pour marquer l'anniversaire du drapeau national du Canada. Mon nom est Béatrice Gallagher-Rafoul et je suis une amie du Centre Pearson. I want to start by recognizing that we meet here on the traditional lands of the Algonquin people and draw on their wisdom as we come together to talk about the Canadian flag. The Centre is very pleased to be co-sponsoring this third annual reception, the second with Mr. Speaker Regan, in this wonderful hall right beside the Chamber where the great flag debate took place 52 years ago. Nous sommes intéressés au Centre Pearson à souligner cette étape clé dans le développement du Canada et de démontrer le travail que nous, les Canadiens et Canadiennes, accomplissons pour mieux faire comprendre et progresser notre pays. I won't take up too much time here to talk about the Pearson Centre, but I will direct you to the information that is on the tables and to board members here with official-looking name tags, something like this. I am happy to tell you that today the Pearson Centre is launching a national conversation on the Canadian flag. We have a number of Canadians speaking about their ideas. Please visit our website and join in the conversation at thepearsoncentre.ca. In this 150th year, it is a good time to dialogue about what the flag means to you, and in so doing, speak about the things that define us as Canadians. A special thank you today to our sponsors. The gold sponsor is Canada's Building Trades Union. Thank you very much. The silver sponsors are Bruce Power, CPA Canada, and the Canadian Nuclear Association. Thank you. I want to remind you that we will be having a draw at the end of the reception for a couple of important books. So leave your business cards behind. As a think tank, we like to promote Canadian books. Now I want to introduce the co-host of today's reception, the Honourable Geoff Regan, Speaker of the House of Commons, a passionate promoter of the flag.
Thank you so much. Delighted to be here. C'est un grand privilège et plaisir d'être parmi vous aujourd'hui. I should tell you first of all that in case you're wondering, I'm not doing an impression of Lou Rawls. You're pretty cold. Although I actually have to be old enough to recognize who Lou Rawls was. Fellow parliamentarians, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Pearson Centre for Progressive Policy and all parliamentarians, I'd like to welcome you today to this wonderful celebration of the flag. It is an honor for me indeed to be hosting, along with my colleagues MPs Ali Assassi, the Honourable Peter Kent, Aaron Weir, and other MPs who are here today, and a former senator, of course, we're delighted to have with us. As some of you may know, most won't probably, but former Senator Pearson will know this. I have a very personal connection to the flag. You see, my father was Member of Parliament for Halifax in 1964 when Prime Minister Pearson began the process of selecting a flag to represent Canada. In fact, my father voted in favor of the design that is now immediately recognizable worldwide as a symbol not only of Canada, but of the peace and goodwill of its people. Of course, had my father voted against the design, I might not be highlighting his involvement to the same extent. In fact, you might say I might not have flagged it. Sir George Stanley, le concepteur du drapeau qui a finalement été choisi, le drapeau du Canada devait servir de symbole rassembleur et de ce fait inspirer une force unificatrice. Bien que ce soit tout à fait le cas aujourd'hui, le débat entourant le choix de notre drapeau s'est avéré lent, vigoureux et parfois même enflammé. Parliamentarians knew that this was a historic and crucial decision for our country, one that would not only shape us as a nation, that would also invariably shape the way we as a nation are perceived by the world, and in a way that can only be called quintessentially Canadian. We came to a decision together through discussion and consensus. Dans les années qui ont suivi, notre drapeau nous a rapprochés en tant que peuple, tout en nous permettant de partager une identité ainsi qu'un sentiment d'unité nationale. Malgré tout ce que nous savons au sujet de la création de ce symbole typiquement canadien, nombreux sont ceux qui ne connaissent pas l'histoire de tout premier drapeau. On a Friday, in the fall of 1964, Prime Minister Pearson requested prototypes of the 3 final designs of the flag being considered to take up to his Harrington Lake residence for the weekend. The request landed on the desk of Mr. Ken Donovan, a public servant with what is now Public Services and Procurement Canada. Without a seamstress on hand, and with a very tight deadline looming, Mr. Donovan asked his daughter, Joan O'Malley, to sew the flag prototypes for the Prime Minister. Flags were delivered on time, and the rest, as they say, is history. And it's been my great pleasure a few moments ago to welcome Joan and the flag wavers of Waterloo who are here with her to my office for a few moments. And now it is my privilege to welcome Ms. O'Malley and invite her to say a few words about her remarkable experience.
So I stand on my tiptoes. Well, a few minutes ago, being recognized in Parliament was unbelievable. My heart's still going like this. I can't believe it. I'm so happy. I know when my dad called me that night, November the 6th, 1964, and he said, I have a problem. And I said, what? And he explained what had to be done. And I didn't want to go out that night because the weather was just like this morning. And you couldn't say no to my dad. I have to tell you, my dad, Ken Donovan, he was one of the home children that came over from the British Isles in 1929 to work on the farms. So to him, that was just, being part of the birth of the flag, that made his life. And he was so happy because Canada gave him a better life than he would have had if he had stayed over in Wales. He was from Wales. And I'm not used to talking to, I'm used to talking to kids in the schools. And I just want to share one little story with you. After I told my story, this little guy, he was about 5 or 6, and he said, Mrs. O'Malley, he said, are the dinosaurs around when you sewed the flag? And I had to tell him no. I said, woof, my breath just went away. Anyways, I'm really proud of what I did. I'm glad my daughter Kelly and my son James was with me to experience this. So thank you so much.